Hello everyone. In the first part, I forgot to tell you about this section. This section, this section, space for communication. Now, this space for communication is to write short messages, and it is written by sender to the receiver. Okay. Now, this money order form, it has 6 sections in total. Okay. Now, the explanation part of this chapter. Let's begin. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a hill. Now here you can see that the house means it is the house of the protagonist Lencho. Okay, and his house was the only one in the entire valley, means his house was the isolated house. Okay, it was an isolated house in the entire valley, and it was located on the crest of a hill. Crest means top of a hill, it is written there. Okay, top of a hill. Now come over to the next one. From this height, one could see the river and the field of a ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. Now here, students, whenever I give you any word meaning, I tell you any word meaning, you just note it down. Okay. From this height, one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted. Here, dotted means spread in various place. Okay, spread in various place. Now here, from the height of that hill, river and the field of ripe corn. Okay, it could be seen. It could be seen means the field of ripe corn. It was spread in various places. Okay, now that always promised a good harvest. Now this line, that always promised a good harvest. Okay, why? Like here you can see now the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest, means it indicated the sign of a good harvest, that is they would definitely have good crops this year. Now, the only thing the earth needed was a downpour. Downpour means heavy rain, or at least a shower. Shower means a mild rain. Now, here, Lencho's field needed a downpour. Means it needed a heavy rain or a shower. Shower means mild rain. As you all know, for agriculture, the essential things which the farmer need, that is water, or you can say rain. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately means closely, thoroughly. Okay. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. Now, Lencho, as he knew his field very closely, and since morning he was doing nothing, but he was looking at the sky towards the northeast, as he was expecting something. And you people know, he was expecting rain. Okay. Now we are really going to get some water, women. Now you can see that Lencho, he was expecting a rich harvest this year. That's why he was looking at the sky. Okay, and he was just, it means he desperately wanted rain to fall. Okay, now he was sharing his feelings with his wife, and he was saying that yes, now with in no time they would get some water, means soon the rain would be started. Okay, the woman who was preparing supper replied, yes, God willing. Now the woman, she was very busy in preparing supper. Supper means the last meal of the day. Supper means the last meal of the day, that is dinner. Okay, and without paying any heed, and without means she was not as much as enthusiastic like Lencho. She just said, yes, God willing. The older boys were working in the field while the smaller ones were playing near the house until the woman called to them all, "Come for dinner." Okay, and after that, what happened? The older boys, they were working in the field, whereas the smaller ones, they were busy playing near the house. Now, once the dinner was prepared by Lancho's wife, she called all of them, all the family member, to have their dinner. Okay, it was during the meal that, just as Lancho had predicted. Now here we can see he was sharing his feelings with his wife. Now we are really going to get some water. Means it was the prediction made by Lancho. Okay, that's why it is written there. Lancho had predicted big drops of rain begin to fall. Now, as I have told you, these members, the family members, they were having their meal. At that very moment, what happened? The rain began to fall. Okay, big drops of rain began to fall. Okay, whatever Lancho had predicted, it had become true. Okay, in the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And when he returned, he exclaimed, "These aren't raindrops falling from the sky, they are new coins." Okay, now here, now in the northeast, huge mountains of clouds means huge mountains of clouds. It could be seeing, they were approaching towards, they were coming towards their field. Okay, the area where Lancho had his field. The air was fresh and sweet. The essence of air, it was fresh and sweet. Okay, the man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. Okay, and Lancho, he was so happy to see that. Okay, that he just went out to have the pleasure, the happiness, the happiness of feeling the rain on his body. Okay, and when he returned, he exclaimed, and after he then returned and he said, "These aren't raindrops falling from the sky, they are new coins." Now you can say that here Lancho, in a poetic manner, okay, he was just comparing raindrops with new coins. You people know why? Because ultimately these raindrops would help him to earn money. That's why new coins, you know. The big drops are 10 cent pieces, and the little ones are fives. And now, not only that, he just compared big drops of rain to the 10-cent pieces and little ones with fives. So poetic. And one more thing, that he was means the author has used here metaphor. Okay, means without using like or as, we're just comparing raindrops. Okay, little ones and big ones. Okay, metaphor, literary device, figure of speech. Okay, in this line, the big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are fives. Okay, got it? Now we'll move ahead. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flower draped in a curtain of rain. Okay, he had a satisfied look on his face. Satisfactory look. Why? Because he was expecting rain and he had. Okay, now water, surplus water for his crops. Okay, that's why he had satisfied expression. Okay, he considered the field of ripe, considered the field of ripe corn with its flowers. Means he was considering his field, the field of ripe corn as if it was covered, draped, covered. It is written there as if the field was covered in a curtain of rain. Okay, how poetic. Okay, now again. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. Okay, now at once the scenario has been changed. Okay, the weather turned violently. Okay, now suddenly what happened? A strong wind began to blow, and then the rain, along with the rain, it followed by the rain, very large hailstones. Not only the rain, it was already falling, but with the raindrops, now this time hailstones were there. Okay, hailstones were falling. You know, hailstones means it would destroy his field. So sad. This truly did resemble new silver coins. And here also Lancho could not imagine that what would happen with him, because again he was so happy and he was just saying, these truly did resemble new silver coins. Here he was just comparing these hailstones with new silver coins. Now, the boys exposing themselves to the rain and run out to collect the frozen pearls. Being children, you people also, okay, whenever hailstones are there, you people also like to go out whenever hailstones are there, and you want to collect them. Like you people, the boys also, they were very happy to see that. Okay, and they just went out, exposing themselves to the rain. They just ran out to collect the frozen pearls. Okay, they ran out to collect the frozen pearls. Okay, here again what happened? Yeah, this author has used, means he has compared these hailstones with frozen pearls. Many comparison can be seen here. Okay, like this, the big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are fives. Fine. Now here, hailstones have been compared with frozen pearls. It's really getting bad now, exclaimed the man. Lancho, poor Lancho. Now Lancho was worried due to this bad weather. It was getting worse and worse now. Okay, he was worrying about his crops. I hope it passes quickly. It didn't pass quickly. Now he was just hoping that it should stop quickly, as fast as okay it can. But it did happen so. For an hour the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. And within an hour, the hail, it rained on the entire valley for an hour. Okay, it didn't stop for continuously for an hour. It just rained. The hail rained on the entire valley, on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. You can see it is written there. How sad. Now the field was white as if covered with salt. The field was white. Why white? Because hailstones were falling. That's why. Hailstones are white in color. Okay, again comparison. The field was white as if covered with salt, and the field, it just looked like it was covered with salt. Salt again white in color, hailstones white in color. Okay, comparison, so many comparison. Fine. Again, yes, not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. Means such a devastation caused by this bad weather, violent weather. Okay, not a leaf remained on the trees. Not a single leaf was there on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The corn, his ripe corn, okay, with flowers, it totally ruined. Now he had nothing. The flowers were gone from the plants. Earlier, it was means the ripe corns were with flowers. Okay, it was spread all over in the valley, but now the flowers were gone from the plants. Lancho's soul was filled with sadness. Earlier he was so happy you can see, so poetic, so happy. Now what happened? His soul was filled with sadness. He was so sad. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, okay, and once the storm had passed, it stopped. It just went in the middle of the field, and he told his sons. What did he say? What did he tell? A plague of locusts would. Locusts means insects which fly in big swarms and destroy crops. Okay, a plague of locusts would have left more than this. Okay, now he was saying that locusts, this type means insects which also destroy the crops. If this destruction is caused by this locusts, they also would have left something. Okay, but this hailstones, they had left nothing. This year we will have no corn. Now so sad. Okay, so poor Lancho. Now he was saying, as you know, obviously his ripe corn had already been destroyed. Okay, and this time they would not have any corn. Okay, no corn, no food, ultimately no earning sources. That night was a sorrowful one, full with tension. All our work for nothing. Means, you just imagine how farmer worked hard, toiled hard, okay, for growing crops. But after this working hard in the field, if farmer do not get anything, then the same happened with the Lancho. All our work for nothing. Their hard work all went to vain. There's no one who can help us. We will all go hungry this year. Now he was saying he had become hopeless. Now he is saying now not get anything to eat, and they had to go hungry. And in this whole world, no one was there to help them out. I hope you students have understood this, and after hearing, you just try to solve this oral comprehensions check. Okay, that's for today. Okay, this for today, and I will continue with the next part. Okay, bye.